My name is Esther and I'm a child of God, an entrepreneur. I have a degree, I have 2 degrees actually. I have a degree in geography, that's my BSc, and my MSc is in geographic information system. Currently, I am managing ESTERIZOBO and more. It's a startup that leverages on the hibiscus value chain. We have 2 products currently, that's ESTERIZOBO tea and ESTERIZOBO drink. Actually, the products are not just for product sake, like we're not just producing for producing sake. The vision of the company is to be able to help people manage stress with hibiscus, because hibiscus has been proven to have properties that help to manage stress, helps to calm anxiety and help people to relax. What inspired me to go into this business? Let me just say my first encounter with Zobo was from my mom. She used to make Zobo for us then at home. Like, my mom has a lot of skills that she didn't monetize, so I just picked Zobo since it was something I've seen her do and it's easy, and that was Zobo drink. But then whenever she had to do Zobo, because she only did it for church, maybe when there's a program or somebody asked her to do Zobo, just something subsistent, not commercial. So I noticed that she goes through the stress of having to wake up all night because she has to make the Zobo fresh and deliver so it doesn't spoil. The stress was too much because we, the children at home, have to be involved, to be doing Zobo middle of the night and all that. So I was like, if I want to do this Zobo, I can't go through this stress. I have to look for a way to preserve it and how it can stay long enough that I can do it a day or 2 days before without having to stay up all night. Well, let's just say that staying up all night is not all that gone, but I can preserve it now. On the quest to look for preservative method, I found 2 methods. Either I stay with the drink and use preservative that has been proven to be safe, or I convert the leaves to tea bags. So I did more research. I went online, I searched. In fact, friends that I spoke to, they were like, Zobo, I don't know what I want to do. That Zobo is not something that is befitting for a graduate, that should look for something else to do. So I went to do more research and I saw that there were actually vendors on Instagram that were selling Zobo drink, and I only found one vendor that was doing Zobo in tea bags. So that night, I just, like around 3 a.m, I just messaged the person that, can you put me through how to do Zobo tea? Like in the next 1 minute, the person replied me. I was like, wow, like somebody is awake by this time. I'm like, and then that means this is something that I should actually go for. If I took it as a sign actually that I was not sure of what to do, but when the person replied me, we spoke like for hours online. Then the next morning we put things into perspective and I paid for guidance. Not really the art of doing Zobo, but the business part of doing Zobo, because I had not done any business before then. So he put me through 1 or 2 things and I still have access to him till date. How long have I been in this business? Not too long ago, not too long. I registered the business in June, but I didn't start production until October 2021. So from October, and I took a break in January because of my exams. So plus or minus just about, that's October, November, 4 months, just 4 months of production. But before production, I've been active on social media, giving awareness and talking about Zobo, because I was so scared of launching. I didn't know how people would take it. So I was just talking about Zobo, posting Zobo. In fact, people thought I started selling. Then I noticed that people started asking me questions. What's this Zobo? Even my lecturers. In fact, I have to mention that 2 of my lecturers are very instrumental in me starting production in October, because they practically dragged me to their offices and said, okay, we will buy the Zobo, produce it. In fact, one person even called me that, sure, you know that this Zobo is going to help me in this my skin condition, and it's like just anyhow, because I was giving excuses of there's no money for packaging, there's no money for this. Said anyhow you produce it, we'll buy it. Challenges that I've faced in the business, wow. The personal challenge that I've faced is I've never sold before this business. So I had the challenge of speaking or talking to people about the business, walking up to people to talk. So I had this classmate of mine that day I just bumped into him. Then he asked me what's up with this Zobo thing that I'm saying and everything. From the conversation, I gathered ginger to just do something, and then I was asking people, and in fact in class I'll talk to people. I do Zobo in tea bags. When they see, they'll be like, wow, are you sure it's Zobo? Then they try it and stuff like that. So apart from me being able to talk to people now because of this business, there's the issue of capital. This business is capital intensive, and I started the business with the money meant for my MSc project, 15,000 naira. It is a very, very small capital to manage a lot of things, to buy tea bags, to buy the raw materials, but I already had sealing machine, so I didn't have to bother about that. So the 15,000 was just to buy my raw materials and to do these little things there. So I launched with that little capital. So far we've doubled, if I tripled the capital, but it's still not enough because I do so many things in a crude manner. Like I cut with my hand, I glue with my hand, I package with when I mean hand, I don't mean my bare hands. What I'm trying to say is manual, it's not automatic. There's nothing automated about my process yet. So I look forward to growing big to be able to tackle that challenge. I intend to look for people around my neighborhood. I feel they are idle, but they are ready to work. So I'll bring them on board to assist me in some of the processes so that we'll be able to increase our production capacity and serve more customers. Apart from the person I reached out to initially when I was confused about this business, I don't really have a direct person I speak to concerning this business, but I have role models in different aspects of life. The role model, the person that I reached out to in the first phase of this business, he also has a Zobo business. That's the interesting thing about it. Like initially I thought it was a scam because I was wondering, as an average Nigerian, you don't help someone that you feel the person has the potential of overtaking you. So I was like, this person, the person owns the My Zobo brand. So I was like, you're doing Zobo, I want to do Zobo like you, and you are putting me through. I was more encouraged by that act because he said something that I took to heart. He said he's not a fan of competition, that he thinks more about collaboration. He asked me a question, and it was like, if I'm ever stranded about satisfying a customer, do I have good relationship with any vendor that I can call on to help me supply that customer? I was like, wow, like this is really profound. Like I don't think an average Nigerian business person thinks like this at all. So that person actually, even though it's not every now and then we talk, but I hold him in high esteem, and his name is Mr. Franklin Audu. Any plans for the future? Well, ESTERIZOBO is not staying small. In the nearest future, we plan on getting our NAFDAC registration, setting up our factory space, and bringing more people on board so that we can expand and increase our capacity. Favorite quote? I'm a Christian, so I live by the word of God. I live by the word of God part-time because there's no fixed, like different parts of the Bible talk about different phases I go through. But apart from verses in the Bible, there is one that my dad there's one quote that my dad says that I go by. In fact, I think unconsciously I live by it. It's, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So each time, even before the need to make a decision comes, when it comes to this business, I try to project into the future. Okay, what's the likelihood of this challenge coming up? How will I handle it? So I try to imagine scenarios so that I'll be able to prefer sound judgments, because I'm not the type that impromptu works for. So I try to understand myself and try to prepare ahead with my timeline, so I'm not under undue pressure, because I may end up not delivering as I ought to. Do I have any advice for young creatives and entrepreneurs? For young creatives, and apart from developing yourself, because really if you don't invest in yourself, now see me now, from geography I'm doing Zobo, not like I've kept geography apart, but There are some skills that I actually majored on, like research, because I had to. This Zobo thing is not something somebody sat me down and said do like this, do like that, and I needed to improve on what I knew. So I had to do a lot of reading, searched online, documented things, experimented, chose recipe, combination, like so many things that you had to. So research was a really big thing that I brought in from my formal education into this business. So whatever you are doing, make sure you develop, like you know it to the core. Then apart from that, your network of people actually matter. See, for instance, my lecturers now are my friends. They were my first customer. Normally people say friends and family always want credits. My own people that were around me, first day of production, sold out. Everybody bought, they paid their money. So apart from that, they even tend to encourage you. They help you to move faster because they understand what you are going through. So apart from even friends and family, have people in the industry that you can fall back on. If you have issues, people you can walk up to. Just make sure you have quality people in your network of friends and colleagues. Thank you.